it's a one kind of action that help, the global population, global citizens from the global village. Okay, so we can actually see globalization almost everywhere. Okay, so one example, because this slide was made during pandemic, so face mask. So at that time, I asked students to check where your face masks were made. So now we can check maybe your t-shirt, your backpack, your shoes, see where it's made, right? I don't know if you guys would check that when you buy stuff. Will you check where your clothes is made or shoes? No, just pay. Anybody will actually check or see where? Okay. The sneakers, yeah, especially the Nike one are usually from Vietnam because they have the batteries there. Okay, that's good observation. But t-shirts mostly China, India, and I think I saw something from Peru and US. Like some t-shirt, the 100% cotton one sometimes is from US. Okay, so we can actually see correlation pretty much everywhere. Okay, and the world economy today, you have fewer self-contained national economy. Even in a country, huge country like US, we have a lot of resources, but if we are going to lock down, like we are not going to import, export anything, do you think it will last? Probably not, right? Like I think we talk about it, at this point, the chips that we need for cars, for a lot of now the appliances that have chips, right, are come from maybe like Taiwan, South Korea. Okay, so if we are going to lock down, no trade with other countries, we probably won't be self-contained, right? So so very few self-contained national economy, and then people like economy. Countries usually need to have some kind of trade, like North Korea. Even North Korea. Have you guys watched the movie or any video clip about North Korea? No. So even North Korea, they have they don't allow a lot of trade, but they still import some of the product from other countries. Okay, so but you don't get to visit the country easily. So, and then Cuba tried to be a like they don't want to do any trade with US. So that's why. Well, one reason is the Cuban cigar is like I heard. And anybody try cigar? Oh, so have you tried Cuban cigar? Is it really better than? So I don't know how. Like, can you explain how or what's the why? Why people say it's better?
Better quality.
Yeah, why? Is it because of the leaves they use, the plant, or what?
Probably the leaves and the location it is.
Okay.
The climate, and then also their process.
Okay. So probably more traditional way to, yeah. So did you guys take Dr. Lin's class? He went to Cuba just a few weeks ago. I don't know if he talked about it in his class, Dr. Ellen Lim. So I told him to get cigar. And then before like he came home, he said, oh, I got some souvenir for you guys, a good one. I said, cigar? And then he said, no cigar. I said, that's not a good one. So I was teasing him. So anyway, so even Cuba, they don't, it's precious to have Cuban cigar because, they don't really like export to a lot of countries, especially they don't do trade with US. Okay. I don't know if it's still the case, but a few years ago, I wanted to go to Cuba. So I did some research and then I know they don't accept US dollars in Cuba. So we actually have to get Canadian dollars. Like they accept euro, they accept Canadian dollars. So when you go to Cuba, you have to bring Canadian dollars and then to exchange to the Cuban currency. Yeah. So, but globalization does offer business opportunities like the Cuban cigar, I never tried cigar. I couldn't tell what's good, what's not good. But, based on a lot of friend of mine and then the student here, the witness here, we believe what he say, Cuban cigars are better, right? So they create some kind of opportunity. People will be willing to pay more for Cuban cigar. So, and then I think the tourists are allowed to buy like $200 worth of cigar, and then bring it back to US, I think. I think I checked it out, and then, that's what I was going to do. I was going to buy some cigar when I visit Cuba and then bring it here and then sell it. Okay, so to cover my flight ticket, right? So, so that's the globalization. And I'm just going to just show you, just to give you some ideas, what are the top 15 trading partners of US. So, what comes to your mind? Which country comes to your mind first? Yeah, what else?
India?
India, okay. Come on. And click.
Yeah, we like China and Taiwan.
I like when people mention Taiwan. Who said that? Okay, good. So the top, let's see, 2022. How come they don't have November? Let's just say October. So the first one, Canada. Okay, so the trading partners, it include import and export. Okay, so actually, Canada in total, they are the top trading company, and Mexico is the second one. China is the third. Okay, Japan the fourth. Germany, South Korea, Vietnam, UK, India, Taiwan, Netherlands, France, Switzerland, Ireland, Italy. Okay, I don't know what Ireland. Okay, I don't really tell you what is the Ireland's item, but yeah. So, so these are the, but if we look at, let me see, if I look at before the pandemic, let's say 2017, okay, let's see the year to date, China, okay, and it's 636, and Canada, Mexico is, following China, not as much as, during the pandemic. And because China just reopened before they were closed, so a lot of factories are not, working. So that's the top 15 trading company. And when we export more than we import to one country, we have a trade surplus, and the other way, we have trade deficit. Okay. So the best global brand, the top one, Apple, and then Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Samsung, Coca-Cola. So how many are American companies, the top 10, out of top 10? Yeah. Apple, right? Amazon, Microsoft, Samsung, no, okay. Coca-Cola, Toyota, okay. Mercedes, McDonald's, Disney. So only three. One is South Korea, one is Japan, one is Germany, are not US based company. How about 11? No, right? Purchase BMW.
Isn't that German?
Yes. And then Intel? Yes. Yeah, Intel. Facebook,
It's here.
IBM, Nike, Cisco, Louis Vuitton. Where's Louis Vuitton from?
Italy.
Huh?
Somewhere in Europe, right?
Italy.
French. Yeah, French. Louis Vuitton. So, and then Chanel also French. Yeah, IKEA.
Swedish.
Huh?
Is it Swedish?
Yeah, Sweden. Yeah, IKEA or IKEA?
IKEA.
IKEA. That's American. I think Europeans say IKEA, right? Anybody from Europe? No? Here? Okay. Yeah, so those are the global best global brand. Most of them are from US. Okay. So Gucci is from Italy. So one thing I want to I saw that this is a new trend. Okay, I don't know if you guys follow like TikTok or something. How many of you actually follow TikTok? What's your social media platform? Huh? Instagram. Anybody follow Instagram? None? What about you guys? Huh? Really? Wow, I'm so proud of you. Then what are you doing now? Oh, email. Okay. So do you do social media? Instagram. Okay. So Instagram. So does Instagram like show you some product or people share like, they buy stuff? Do you guys see those kind of videos? Okay. So my daughter, she somehow saw from TikTok about some plastic surgery. Okay. So I think my daughter is pretty, but she doesn't think that. She told me, oh, I want to go to Korea to get an Asian nose job because her nose actually is pretty in US standard, also in Asia standard, but how should I put it? But she won the Asian plastic surgery nose. And then I think if you guys look at those nose, you won't think that's pretty, but Asian would think those are pretty. Okay. So I started to look into stuff and then when I visit Costa Rica, they are like the first country to actually do the medical tourism. Okay, so anybody has any idea what medical tourism mean?
I mean, like go to a certain country for either a surgery or types of medicine.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's very good. But Costa Rica actually kind of put it in a different scale. Okay, this is not about Costa Rica. The video is about something else. But I just want to say Costa Rica, because Costa Rica has they have a lot of natural things that's and then they actually emphasizing organic stuff. So the food actually is very good in Costa Rica, all natural. Okay, so they actually have this medical tourism where you can go get medical procedure at very low price. At the same time, your family get to stay in a resort to relax, to enjoy the beach, to enjoy the natural scenery. Okay, so that's the whole thing for the new trend in medical tourism. So let's see this one.
Welcome to Rural Upper Fountain Hospital. Rural Upper Fountain Hospital is a nonprofit, super-specialty academic medical institute that integrates clinical hospital care with research and education in minimal access surgery. It was established in 2001 as a center of excellence to provide advanced treatment through minimal access surgery. We have patients coming from all over the world for general surgery, gynecology, a urological surgeon. World Laparoscopic Hospital provides advanced laparoscopic surgery at very affordable prices compared to the United States of America or England. For more than a decade, it's been recognized as a reference training center. Surgery. This center of excellence provides world-class healthcare for patients, as well as education, training programs in laparoscopic, various endoscopic, and Da Vinci robotic surgery. The courses include theoretical session, hands-on, skill demonstration, and demonstrations of live endoscopic, laparoscopic, and robot surgical procedures. Thousands of surgeons and gynecologists from more than hundreds of countries have already been trained at World Laparoscopic Hospital. Fellowship and Diploma in Minimal Access Surgery course is one of the most popular courses. We invite you to come to our hospital any day and see how we're doing. Wishing you all the best.
When I see that, I always feel dizzy. So I was like, ooh, yeah. My sister is a vet, so one time she asked me to help her to perform a surgery on a dog. And I was helping her, like I was like holding something, I forgot. And I look at the organs, and then she was like trying to find, and then I just throw up. I feel so dizzy and I throw up. And so, yeah, so it's just, but so this is just to show you that actually people do travel to different places to get different surgery. Okay, especially for South Korea. I don't know if you guys know what they are known for. The plastic surgeries. All kinds of plastic surgery in South Korea are very cheap. I wouldn't say very cheap, but like I think 1/3 to 1/4 of the price here in US. So even if you need to pay for the flight ticket, and you can kind of do some tourist things there, and then and then you can have some procedure done. So oh, and then another place. Where's the place? Turkey. Turkey is also famous for that, for nose job. So when we, over the winter, we actually travel, passing Turkey, passing Istanbul airport. And my daughter say, oh, on TikTok, a lot of people say they went to Turkey to get nose job. So she actually showed me, she said, look at that person. She had a, what do you call that thing? The bandage or something. The cast, yeah, something like white thing cover the nose. Yes, so like, yeah, bandage. So she said, look at the girl. She just get her nose job done. And I said, oh wow. She said, Turkey is known for this. And then we actually see like 5 different people with this. Yeah. I don't know.
They bring it on.
And they put something inside, right? Or
Ever shake you one, they shave it down. They fix it up to the way.
they like shave the bone.
Yeah, they start shaving.
Oh,
I saw-
you saw the video?
Yeah, I saw, oh, you see that.
Why were you interested in that?
Well, my fiance, she's into like, she's biochemist, she do all that.
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So she like, does like medical device, she watches videos and then they go watch. So
Yeah.
they watch videos.
Yeah. But when this become global, okay, this procedure become global, this comes with something that we might not think about. That's the insurance. That's the, what do you call it, the like protection for the patient, right? So when you choose to do those procedures outside of the country, you are not actually protected, right? So how do you know the procedure will be successful? Okay, so that's something that we have to keep in mind. And then I don't know if there's any regulation. Okay, so is it really good or bad for us, let's say for American patient? Is it good to be able to get some procedure done overseas, even though it's a lot cheaper? Like a lot of procedure here are not covered by insurance. It's much cheaper to get it done somewhere else. But do you think, is it good or bad? What do you guys think?
I think it varies. I think someone would take the pros over the cons, but I also think other people would take the cons over the pros. I think it really depends on who you are.
Okay, okay. Any other?
Say if you got something overseas and then you invite people to do it, you could like purposely mess them up. And they went back to the States and they found that it was like bad, they would have to come back and do it.
Yeah, and yeah, you won't be able to sue them, right? Yeah,
That is a big problem.
yeah. So, but do you think the US government should restrict? But how are they going to stop us?
But I said, you can't stop.
If I want to get my nose job in Korea, how are they going to know? Right? Yeah, so what can we do?
Do lower prices.
Oh, I like the answer. You are very smart. You are very smart. You are thinking of business point of view. Yes, that's the supply, demand, the price. Decide, right? That's the why we want to go to other places to get those things done because it's so expensive here. But you think doctor, physicians, they would do that? But yeah, so that's like the end. But I like the way you think. Very logical. Yeah. So let's do this. Oh, wait. Then I didn't install this here. I forgot I'm not in the classroom. I used to teach. This is not a like difficult question. It's just. Yeah, it won't turn up. Oh, so this is, so you guys scan the QR code and then answer. It won't affect your grade, okay? It won't affect your grade. I just want to see how it works. So today it's just something that's, it'll be redundant, but let's see what your answers are. Hey, so I only have one response now. 2. Nobody answer no?
6 people. Vote
Yes. Only 6. We can. 7. Okay. Won't push you guys. 14, good enough. So we have 18 people and 14 responded. So what exactly is globalization? Well, basically, we can do things from different countries, right? Or to different countries.
It's like, just the distribution, like supplies, like vastly throughout the world.
Yeah, that's one of the actually driver to like push the globalization. So, but there are 2 facets of globalization. So we can actually ship our product that made in USA to all over the world. So we actually have a global market. So it's a globalization of the market, okay? And then the production. We can choose to produce the product from, in different countries. Okay, so there are two different processes. One is supply, one is demand. Okay. And the international business or global business is the company that is engaged of any kind of international business, international trading, international investment, international sourcing. Okay. So it's globalization. So globalization of market. So like before we have our domestic market, we have our national market. And now, when we sell stuff, when Apple sell iPhone, they don't just sell to US, right? So they sell to all over the world, okay? And in different countries or different markets, the taste or preferences of the consumer are actually different. I think I kind of show you guys some examples, right? So sometimes, companies might need to switch how they design a product, or they have to switch different product that they ship to different countries. Okay. I actually brought it to you guys know Dr. Yue, right? Dr. Yue Xi. So he has a 30-year-old daughter. And then yesterday I saw her, I was like, what happened to you, Alex? She has a lot of pimples. She started to, and Yue is not like, he actually take care of his daughter here alone. His wife is in DC. So he doesn't know like how to help the little girl with the, facial product. So I brought her some products that my daughter used. A new one, like we went back to Taiwan, she bought a lot of product. And so I just gave her some, and I gave her some mask, like the facial mask for acne. So, and I realized the facial mask I got, we didn't see, we just basically bought whatever that they say is popular when we were in Taiwan. And like one face mask, they actually say European version. So they actually, the brand is from Taiwan, so they sell something to Europe. So they have European version, and it's different. I wish I can bring it. I might take pictures for you guys. So the European version is not like a facial, the mask we used to see. It's like a jello thing, and they put on the face. It's not from some kind of veneer or some kind of like cloth. So a lot of masks are, they put it in some kind of like paper, right? Or some kind of like silky thing. But this one is actually in some kind of like gel type of stuff. Yeah, so it's like a gel, but so, and then we have the Asian version. So so obviously, maybe that's in Europe, they prefer the kind of mask and different ways to package it as well. So so actually this trip, my daughter say she has her own project. She wants to try the Coca-Cola in all the countries she visits. So she actually tried all the Coca-Cola, like all Coca-Cola she visited, and she said the US one tastes the worst so far. Because I think in US, yeah.
I was about to ask you, like, is there a real big difference? Because they say like, because we allow a lot of things in our ingredients versus like Europe and all around the world. They don't allow, so they have to put natural ingredients in things. We don't care.
Yes. Yeah. So for the US one, I have to say, like, Coca-Cola, they have some kind of like some burning flavor. What? Yes. But some other place they put cane sugar. I see, this is another thing I'm confused, like cane sugar or sugar cane. So sugar cane sugar from sugar cane, right? Okay. So
from Caribbean, I'm from Trinidad. Sugarcane is just like the whole bamboo.
Oh, yeah.
Type of stuff. You split it.
My grandpa used to grow sugarcane. Yeah.
Like,
So I know how to like peel sugarcane.
peel it,
Yeah,
you gotta
like
bite it.
Like,
we have, yeah, so I know how to, now that's before, now I don't think. But the Coke in Asia doesn't taste as strong like in US, but it doesn't have the weird aftertaste, because of the corn syrup, they give you some weird aftertaste. And it's not like, I don't know, some people are like, I'm very sensitive to the corn syrup. I like the natural, what is it, cane sugar.
cane sugar.
Yeah, cane sugar. Yeah, so they change it, like they will change the formula based on different regulations and different preferences of the customer's taste. And McDonald's, in Boston, near like lobster season, they have lobster roll or, in different area. And in India, I don't know if we talk about it, they don't kill cows. So no Big Mac in India. Instead they have veggie burger. In Middle East, they have lamb burger. They love lamb, right? So they change, and then like it's not here yet, but in Taiwan, when the Korea pop culture, like the Korea TV drama, the K-pop were very popular, we have kimchi burger in McDonald's. But I think if you try kimchi, I think most people don't like the smell of it. You like it? So
Isn't the smell because it's like fermented?
yes, it's like a pickle. Yeah, fermented, yes. So some people don't like it, but some people like it, okay? So, but most of the global market, they are for industry goods and then the material that, they can use for all over the world, okay? So like the chips, microprocessors, those kind of stuff. So we have the globalization of market, and then we have the globalization of production, where we can produce in different country, okay? It depends on what we call the factors of production. So the factors of productions are whatever we need to produce stuff, okay? So like labor, so it depends on different industries. Some industry are labor intensive, they need a lot of labor. So definitely, US, we don't have enough labor, right? So if it's a labor intensive industry, then we don't want, we will choose to produce the product somewhere else with bigger populations, okay? But like last time we shared the news, China's population actually declined. It's not like they don't grow, like the growth rate is slowing, it's decline, they decline. So that means the labor, intensive companies might not be able to find enough labor in China in the future, okay? So those are some of, and then energy. So which country do you think has relatively cheap energy?
Oh,
Like oil?
like the Middle East area.
Korea, that's what I would say. It's Africa,
Korea.
Northern Africa.
Actually US. So
How many not still on the old soil?
US, because, well, one reason is because Middle East maybe, but there are some countries like Egypt, they have oil, but they don't have technology, they don't have the refinery. So they have to ship it all the way to Europe, to the refinery and then ship it back. So they're actually, the oil price is actually high, the gasoline is high. Yeah,
And put like a plan out that we don't go on our own soil.
I can hear.
I didn't put a plan out that we can't go on our own soil.
Oh, well, yeah, because we have some kind of reserve that we want to, otherwise, I think in North Dakota, we have the, what do you call the shale oil or whatever kind of oil we have, their reserve is, let's say, is equivalent to a Middle East reserve. But we want to keep it when we can buy it from somewhere else. Yeah, I want to keep it in our, yeah. So that's, and but we generally have a cheaper energy cost, okay? Land, capital, like money, like the US has all this. Usually we look at the overall cost structure, like what is cheaper to do stuff, like where, can be cheaper to do stuff. So that's the globalization of production. So who has iPhone? You guys want to ask Siri, where are you from?
Hey Siri, where are you from?
I was designed by Apple in California.
Like it says on the box, I was designed by Apple in California.
Yeah, they say are designed by Apple, California, but they didn't say where they are. Oh, ask where are you made?
Hey Siri, where are you made?
I don't have an answer to that. Is there something else I can help with?
Say something.
So here is some of the like the basic breakdown for the iPhone X. Okay, so $110 goes to Samsung in South Korea for the display. Okay, and then almost $45 goes to Japan's Toshiba and South Korea's Unix for the memory chips, and other suppliers from Taiwan, US, Europe take different portion. Okay, the assembly mostly done by Foxconn in China. But they only the manufacturing, the assembly is only about 3 to 6% of the total manufacturing cost. Okay, so but these are the breakdown, manufacturing created in US. So some of the stuff are designed in US or different chips developed in different company, but most of them are like here are the company that's in US. Okay. And then we have like different screen, the different finishing part, okay, the speakers, and from Inner Mongolia. And some of them are from China. This is 5S, 85% are assembled in China, but by Foxconn, it's 5S. And then 2%, made in Korea, Taiwan now, like the chips now. This is a newer version. So, and then some from Europe, okay. Gyroscope, change display from vertical to horizontal R from Europe. So, but do you know why your iPhone was assembled in China? Cheaper?
Is it because it costs less to assemble?
Yeah, that's what you would think. That's what I would think too, but it's not what you might think.
Is that a comedian saying why the video? I saw a stand-up comedian give that.
So no, this is like a boring serious
Oh, okay.
educational video by a professor. Sorry, not a comedian. Yeah.
Did you know why your iPhone was assembled in China? It's not what you might think. You might think the iPhone was assembled in China because of low labor costs. But Apple executives point out that labor costs only account for a small proportion of the value of the products and are not the manufacturer location decisions. Far more important is the unmatched ability of its Chinese subcontractors to respond very quickly to requests to scale production up and down. Another advantage of working in China for Apple is that 8,700 industrial engineers were required to oversee and guide the 200,000 assembly line workers involved in the manufacture of the original iPhone. Apple estimated it would take 9 months to find that many engineers in the United States. In China, it took just 15 days. Incidentally, while the iPhone is assembled in China, parts are sourced from many different countries, while the design of the phone itself, along with the software, is produced in the United States.
So it's the sourcing, the convenience, the efficiency, okay? So it's like, there's a tiny little town near Shanghai in China. They have all kinds of clothes, the fashion industry related material, like they have fashion schools nearby. You can find cheap designers. They have like button factories, different buttons factories. They have all kinds of fabric, so that's a proximity to the suppliers, okay? That's one of the reasons why it's manufactured in China. So the globalization of the production. So in the beginning, outsourcing usually are for manufacturing, but now we know a lot of the call center are also outsourced, okay? And even now, a lot of jobs like in here, not a lot of companies, they outsource, let's say like cleaning service to different company, and then the company, they will just have a whole group of people to clean like some office space and stuff like that, right? So it's outsourced. And so the communication technology actually allow companies to outsource services. Like I think I call American Express, and I can hear the accent. It was from the Indian lady. So she was helping with me with some kind of issues. And yeah, so so a lot of companies actually outsource. Have you guys watched the Discover cards commercial? So they actually they say their like main advantage is they don't outsource their call center. You actually get a phone call from someone in US, and if you actually talk to a real person, okay, so they will ask you, oh, how's your weather there? And you can kind of say, oh, the weather, like we had snow yesterday, and then they say, oh, I'm here like in Florida, the weather is nice, and yeah, so you're like, oh, you're actually from US, so that's something I think they try to emphasize on their commercial. If you like in the future, if you pay attention to the Discover car commercial, you probably would, I don't know if you would see that, okay? So the impediment to globalization, okay, so there will be some trade barriers. We will talk about it probably, I think, in chapter 7, and some barriers to foreign direct investment, maybe later, like 13, 12, okay? Transportation costs, that I'm sure you guys heard of it. And we have some political economic risks we'll talk about in maybe chapter 3 or 2, I don't remember. And then we'll have some kind of managerial challenges when we try to work with a team that's from all over the world. Okay, so and then maybe from so so let's take a look at this. So this is a brand called Kingston, and they have different how do you call it, furniture, okay, for kids, okay, and then this. So when you see this, do you think this is a population of market or production? Why? You guess? It's no right or wrong answer. Yeah, production. Okay, so they buy, like we can't, there's no real evidence there, okay, but from here you can see, like I try to like give you some hint. Ship to US ship to somewhere, like you obviously can pick like ship to where, okay? And then here it doesn't tell you where it's made of. So this is more of the market, provincial market there. But we don't know. It could be both, right? Because we don't know where it's made of. Yeah. And then this is another product of theirs. This is my friend's kid. That's why we put it here. I asked her if she has some, yeah, so that's her kid, her son. Yeah. So, and then some new trend that, well, not really new trend, but a trend for the globalization is we have more global institute, okay? Some famous one, is WTO. I'm sure you guys, heard of it. So WTO are the organizations that have maybe more than 100 countries. They would sit together, decide, they want to, they want to lower the trade barriers. Okay, they want to have different agreements among the countries, and then so that it will be cheaper for consumers to buy products from different places. Okay, so but Taiwan is still not part of WTO, and not going to see. I'm not going to talk about it today. And then we have after World War II, we have IMF, International Monetary Fund. They try to maintain the order in the international monetary system. Like if there's possible government bankruptcy, okay, like a few years ago in Greek government, Iceland government, they were on the edge of bankrupt, default, the how do you call it, their national debt is going to default. So that's they would lend the country money to go through that. Or when they have currency risk, like if some currency drop too much, so they would lend them billions of dollars to buy the currency. For example, if US dollar drop, let's say 50%. Okay, so one way to handle this to use those funds to buy US dollar. So when you buy, you have the demand. When demand is high, the price will go up. So the value will go up. So that's how they kind of manipulate the currency market. But US dollars, if US dollar is going to, what's the word? Like collapse, then it's the IMF won't be able to save. So let's not worry about that. But usually they lend money to smaller countries, okay? And then World Bank, they also give loans. But they both give loans, they both are part of UN. IMF give loans to the countries with the money issue, like if they have overdraft or have some kind of issue with the banking system, with the foreign currency exchange, then that's where they do. World Bank, on the other hand, they try to promote the economic development, like the infrastructure. Okay, if a poor country, need money to build a bridge, need money to build a dam, that's where World Bank come in. They will send people to do research, to measure the role, to make sure you won't hurt the ecology system or stuff like that. And then just putting money to help to building the country. So they help the economy in a way that they help with the infrastructure. And by doing the infrastructure, you hire local people. So in theory, their living standard will be better, okay, with this investment coming in. And then we have UN, you guys already know. So UN maintain the international peace, like we have the Security Council, where if there is some action need to be taken by the UN members, they can vote. But unfortunately, the Security Council, they have the veto power. So you have to, the vote has to be passed by all Security Council, which include Russia. So that's why this time when Russia invaded Ukraine, the UN didn't send troops to Russia because Russia will always veto this if they, if anybody brought up to vote for this. Yeah. And China is also the part of the Security Council. So, so other global institute G20, it comes from G7 to G8, G9, and now it's G20. Okay, so we have like 19 largest world economy plus EU is the G20. So you see here, these are the G20 countries in orange. Okay, I'm going to read it. So such. And the driver of the globalization. I forgot who mentioned it, the technology. Okay, the technology definitely help. Like we can order stuff online, and then it will be shipped to us from Asia or from all over the world, maybe in 3 days, in less than a week, you get your product that you order. So it definitely help with the globalization. And then decline in barriers to the product, okay, services and capital. Like we just talk about medical procedures, even that you can get information with the technology help, you get information, you get to maybe chat with the surgeon before you go there, right? And then kind of understand what this, what this procedure is about, and then you can make your decision. So, and then it's not that difficult to get services overseas, okay, as long as you pay. So to buy stuff as well. Amazon, how many products you got from Amazon you think are from outside of US?
So how many?
Yeah, like, is it a lot, or have you ever experienced anything you bought from Amazon is actually from outside of US? A lot of them, right? Yeah, and some of them you can tell that they are shipped directly from overseas. They didn't even come from Amazon warehouse. I don't know if you guys noticed. Did you guys notice that? So a lot of stuff actually are not made in US. Yeah.
When you want to sell stuff, like if you want to sell your product on Amazon, you have to ship it to them.
Oh, yes. Some of them, yes. Like, well, I think it depends.
I was watching this when we were making, whatever this product was, he was making it by hand. So when people ordered a lot of it, you get to like remake everything and like within like $12 and send it right back to Amazon. Put stuff in my bag.
Yeah, but does Amazon get to return the product? Like, how does a refund, like if people return their product, do Amazon return him the product he sell, or?
Like they just keep it in the warehouse. They also have
Yeah, so it's just getting easier to, and I just heard from the news, there's a new app, you can buy stuff, I forgot the name, like WeMove. Have you guys heard of it? Is it WeMove or MeMove?
movie.
No, the app. It's like the top, the most download app in December. Where if you like, let's say if you like pair of shoes and they sell it at $50, but if you can find 5, including you, 4 other friends who buy the same thing, if 5 committed to buy the same shoes, you can get the shoes for $27.
You're talking about that one app that like gives you mad discounts.
Yes. What? So that's,
Oh, what's like some orange app?
I don't remember, but I heard the news. It's like a Memu or WeMove. The most download app last month and the past few days. So, you know, that definitely helped with the globalization. But people are like, of course, we have someone support that. Like if we benefit from it, we will support it. But some people might be hurt by the globalization. Okay, so the globalization definitely will kind of take our jobs away, right? Because the globalization of the production, they move the production to different countries where, you know, the production could be here and then create jobs, but now it's moved to overseas. So it would sometimes it will hurt with the jobs and sometimes it will also affect our income, okay? So, and then sometimes it's a national sovereignty, like, for example, Apple, you know, China has been asking Apple to share the privacy of their the Apple owners, right? So to them, if you think of that, their perspective, to them, they think they have the right to know their citizens' information, okay, to the government, to China government. But they don't get it because Apple want to protect their customers' privacy. So when we have the globalization, sometimes it will hurt the national sovereignty. And for smaller countries, okay, let's say the World Bank, okay, we just talked about World Bank give loan to some countries, okay, let's say to Nepal, want to build a big dam. But maybe people there, they don't want a big dam, they don't mind, you know, living in a, how do I put it, in a frugal way, like they want to live like that, but they can be closer to the nature. Okay, some people are like that, right? They don't mind, they don't want the modern, you know, life. So maybe that's the thing, and then but they don't get to control it because now, hey, we're building a dam to help you. So, but maybe some countries they don't want that kind of development. Okay, so we never know. I mean, just think of it from their perspective. So they don't have the control. If the globalization happen, especially the big corporations, when they go in, it might kind of hurt the local ecology or whatever. So there's a small island near Taiwan. It wouldn't show, you wouldn't see it on the map. But let me show you. Maps. Google. Google map. So let me show you Taiwan. So this is Taiwan, right? And we have this tiny island here, it's called Penghu. So people were talking about building casinos there, you know, inviting the foreign casinos to invest. And I was like, oh, this is great because, so you know Macau, let me show you Macau. Where's Macau? You see, this is Macau. Macau is so small. This is Macau. Macau is like this small. And if you see Penghu, we can use the same scale. So you will see, what is this? Oops, I'm lost.
Yeah, go to the right.
Go to the right? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it's here. What is this? Okay. Anyway, so the point is, I think Penghu is much bigger. Oh, it's not even there, it's here. Yeah. So see, this is the island. Where is it? Here. So this island is much bigger than Macau, okay? So, and then we have a lot of, like you can do snorkeling, you can do scuba diving, it's really, really nice. So if we can develop the tourism there, it will help big time, to help the economy. So from my point of view, I'll be like, oh, this is great. Who wants to go to Macau if we have nice casinos here? But actually, the people there, they don't want it. They say, oh, casinos create a lot of issues. It will ruin the ecology, ruin the how do you say that, like the ocean lives. So when you do scuba diving, it won't be that pretty anymore. So they want to keep it like that. They want to keep it, remote, like, So sometimes people have different views. And if, what is the most famous casino? MGM and the MGM, and what is the Caesar Palace? Yeah, Caesar Palace, MGM. So if they go in, they are so rich, they have a lot of money. So definitely they are going to change, the lives there, people, so people there, they won't have their own say because, we will be given in to the money eventually. Yeah, so that's why there are pros and cons of globalization. And actually, after pandemic, there are other talks. Maybe we shouldn't rely on globalization that much because think about it, it's like the pandemic actually changed a lot of stuff. It actually ruined our supply chain because we rely on a lot of product that's made outside the US. Okay, so anything will make it worse. So now that's why we are moving the chip making. We want to make sure that the important chips are made in US. So there are some debate about deglobalization. Okay, people are saying, oh, well, we should maybe rethink about the globalization. Maybe, it's not that all good. Okay, so to manage international business, there are several issues challenges we might need to face. So like that we will talk about throughout the chapters. Like we need to convert currency, we need to manage because there are different rates to convert. So we need to manage the possible risk or profit or loss because of the currency rate. Okay, and we need to understand different rules for international trade, or we ship one product from one country to another country. There are different way and different tariffs, rules, okay? So, and then some countries allow certain stuff, certain ingredient to be imported, some countries don't. So those are the things that we have to understand. So it could be a lot of work, okay? But like we mentioned in the beginning, instead of just having, like we have, how many population we have in Pennsylvania? 30 million. So instead of facing 30 million people market, we can sell to all over the world. It's much, much bigger. Okay, we get to make more money. So that's our so even we have those challenges we might face, but it's a bigger market. Okay, so we have to also think about it. Are we happy with just selling to a local market, or we want to expand? So these are the things that we have to keep in mind. And after COVID, we have a lot. In the beginning, we have a lot of layoffs, but now we have a lot of new jobs posting. Okay, you guys, I don't know if you guys are lucky because you might have a lot of opportunity to work, but you might need to work really hard because you don't have a lot of help, right, when you get hired. So I don't know if that's lucky or unlucky. And then supply chain changes after the pandemic, bigger investment into the health security, and you get to learn the benefit of working from home. So you guys might not believe, the first semester we need to come back, I feel like, I was like, what? We need to come back. I don't feel like coming back. But now I'm getting much better now. I remember the first semester, I feel like, wow, I have to drive, like, I wasted like 3 hours of my life in driving, you know? Yeah, so, but, and in the beginning, we complain, like, when we have a Zoom meeting, you know, my daughter might be like yelling at me, or my dog might be like whining somewhere, and I have to always, you know, get it up, like, leave the meeting and then try to, you know, or during the meeting, my daughter might be like walking near me, like naked, so I have to turn the camera. So, so those are the things that we have to, we deal with, but then we get to enjoy. Actually, I actually enjoy working from home. Revenge travel. You know, you will see me, I'm the example of the revenge travel. I haven't traveled for 3 years, and now I'm booked till December. Actually, I'm now looking for the winter ticket to Korea. My daughter want to go to Korea with her class. I think I told you guys. So I found cheap ticket, like $700 ticket to Korea, and I'm going to book it. But now they only sell the ticket till December 19th. So we need a ticket from 13 to 21st. So 2 more days, we're going to buy the ticket. That's a revenge travel. Want to, you know, get my revenge quota out from the past 3 months. I need to take attendance. So wait, give me a few seconds. Oh. Okay, so I did the counter alphabetic, right? So today we are going to do based on the, wait. Based on the alphabet. So if you talk, you know, make sure you tell me you kind of talk. Some people I might remember. Julian, Becca, Julian, Brian,
Here.
Santana. Oh, in the room. Matthew, Rosa, did you talk? A little bit. Elijah, you, I think you talk. No, you didn't. Oh, you are so honest. So, Tyler, did you talk a little bit? No. Tristan, Anthony, oh, you talk a lot. Oh, maybe 5. Justin, Pazal, did you talk? A little bit. Trevor,
Once.
Justin McLendon, you talk, right? You talk a lot, right? Did you talk a lot? Yeah. Not, I mean, Thomas. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean like Rachel Locadia. Madison Jones. Talk a little bit. Victoria Hutchinson. Oh. Jackie, can I go Jackie? You talk? Delhi, did you talk? Justin Halbert? You didn't? Okay. Kevin, you talk. Jessica, you talk. You talk. Clarence? McGill, is it McGill? McGill. Did you talk? German? Austin Brown? And Stuart Anderson? You talk? Okay, then I'll see you guys on Thursday, okay?